Today's rant brought to you by New Works Plumbing of Sacramento. For your plumbing needs and repairs, remember, New Works has a fix for you. Just go to newworksplumbing.com, NEWWRXplumbing.com. Hey, join me later today, 4:30 Pacific. I'm going to be doing my podcast live on No Filter Network. Join me. It's interactive. Just go to nofilter.net, 4:30 Pacific today. Looking forward to it. Let's have some fun. Well, the Kings last night got blown out in New Orleans, 125-95. The Kings now 23-41, so once again, there will be no over 500 season for the Kings. Do you know they've only done that 8 times since moving from Kansas City in 1985? Think about that. Boy, you want to talk about futility. After the game, DeAaron Fox talked about how big of a game it was because New Orleans is ahead of the standings, blah, blah, blah. Hey, DeAaron, I don't know if you're aware of this, but you're chasing 25 teams in the standings. Yeah. And DeAaron, who statistically didn't have a bad game, shot 9 of 18, but he was only 1 of 6 from the three-point line. He was only 6 of 9 from the foul line. Once again, DeAaron Fox showing the world that he still can't shoot. And, you know, if you're a point guard in the NBA and you can't shoot, you're really not going to be that effective. You know, the guy's wrapping up his 5th season. I don't see any improvement in DeAaron Fox from that aspect of his game. I don't really know how the Kings are going to get to a 500-plus record with a point guard that can't shoot. Now, Lord knows the Kings' 30-point loss last night was not all because of Fox, but the point is we're trying to look at the big picture here. And if you look at the big picture, last night's loss was perfect because Indiana won, and the Kings, again, have one of the worst records in the NBA, and maybe, just maybe, you can draft a point guard who can shoot and maybe move DeAaron Fox in the offseason. All types of possibilities out there, but you and I both know if you have a point guard that can't shoot, it's not going to work. The whole Kings team really doesn't work. They're in another horrible season, another season of disappointments, another season of failures. Yes, you acquired a 2-time All-Star in Domantas Sabonis, who looks like the real freaking deal, but you gave up a young, promising player in Tyrese Halliburton. You gave up a good shooter in Buddy Hield, although I've got no problem with that. The question is, how's the future ever going to become bright for this franchise unless they knock it out of the park in the draft? First things first, though, they better get a point guard that can shoot from the perimeter. Without that, just not going to happen. Plain and simple, not going to happen. For the Kings tonight, in San Antonio against the Spurs, and as I've been saying, if you're a true Kings fan, you better be hoping for a loss, because the only way to really improve this franchise is to get lucky in the draft. They got lucky at number 12 2 years ago with Halliburton, and they used that piece to get an all-star, but they need a big-time draft pick this coming June. And that's my rant for today. Hey, if you like what I have to say, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, I'll get back to you. And as always, thank you so much for watching Grant's Rant.